Right now, the House of Representatives is still without a speaker.
Today, members held their first round of votes, but Republicans were unable to get enough support for Jim Jordan of Ohio to win the gavel. Now, our Washington, D.C. correspondents Rachel Knapp and Brendan Scanlon join us live from the U.S. Capitol with more. Good evening, Rachel and Brendan, and what is next?
Good evening, Mike and Eva. So right now the House is in recess, but members tell us that they could come back to the floor to vote as early as tonight, maybe even tomorrow. But today's vote felt a little bit like deja vu going back to January. It took former Speaker Kevin McCarthy about 15 rounds of voting before he was able to win the gavel. And so with today's vote outcome, we do expect there could potentially be a little bit more rounds of voting. But in today's vote, there were several Republicans who voted for members other than Jim Jordan, which also include Brendan, one of our local congressional members, Mike Kelly.
That's right, Rachel. Mike and Eva, we caught up with Kelly earlier today, who said he's really kind of frustrated with how this whole procedure has unfolded, specifically with how the Republican conference changed their votes, Rachel, after nominating Steve Scalise earlier last week. Now, we also heard from New York Representative Nick Langworthy, who backed Jordan in today's vote. We caught up with both of them just a short while ago, and here's what they told us.
We had a vote in-house, and Steve Scalise won the majority of the majority. That's the Hastert rule. Then we had a group who said, well, that's not who I voted for, so I will not support him if the vote goes to the floor. And my question is, what are we running here? If it's not who you voted for, you refuse to go ahead and vote for this person? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I know that when I've been in my district and what I've heard from people around the state of New York is they want to see a functional House of Representatives. We can't support Israel. We can't do our jobs. We can't appropriate funds if we're not open for business. And we need a Speaker of the House to do that.
Now, Congressman Langworthy tells us that he's really disappointed that there wasn't more support for Jordan. He believes that Jordan is the member to be Speaker because he can unite those far-right Republican members and moderates, which, Brendan, of course, you know, this is not an easy thing to do.
No, not at all. And it's really sort of an uphill battle. Members like Kelly, those 20 or so Republicans who did not support Jordan today, they're frustrated as well. In fact, Mike Kelly has introduced a resolution that would expand the powers of Speaker Pro Tem Patrick McHenry, at least until the House can find a new speaker, or at least until mid-November, Rachel, when a lot of those spending bills are due. Still a lot up in the air here, Mike and Eva, on Capitol Hill. We're going to continue to keep a very close eye on it, and we'll keep you updated with the very latest. But for now, we'll send it back to you.